Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Final Fantasy X. We're here just after our trial with Yevon, and we're playing as Yuna, which I've always wished, as I got later to the game, you could actually I suppose choose a party leader and be able to run around the map as, Tidus or Yuna or Riku or Waka, any of the main characters. Because they obviously had the capacity to make different character models to move around the area, so I feel like it's a bit of a wasted opportunity. But right now, we're going to be summoning our new Aeon Bahamut. One of the most powerful Aeons, purely because he starts out with break damage limit. So unlike the characters where their max damage is quad 9s, he can go quintuple, I think it is, 9 and 9, 9 and 9.
Oh my.
So absolutely, Yuna, oh my. He has basically an attack. His special move is an AoE attack. He has all of the black magics from fire to Faraga. So yeah, an absolute monster, an absolute unit, an absolute boss. So here's his AoE attack. 4,000 to everything. Such damage. Now, what's tricky about Yuna now, we did kind of power, we're quite high level. But here is actually quite a dangerous spot because it is only just Yuna. But thankfully her agility is high enough that she'll typically outspeed and be able to summon.
Yuna, sorry we left you alone.
No, it's okay.
Well, it's not really okay, Yuna. You literally were abducted against your will, married against your will. It's been a lot. And now your entire religion's named you a traitor and systematically betrayed everything that you believe in. And yeah, it's at this point that I realize, oh, I can actually turn off the encounters. Which I kind of don't do for a while. I'm oh, I'll still do them but cut them out. But realistically going forward, guys, I'm going to be using this feature to eliminate encounters,
There must be an exit somewhere.
or B, boost encounters, because there's basically a monster capturing minigame, side quest kind of a thing. So obviously getting more encounters is good for, getting them, but when we're doing the monster capturing, we're going to be getting that much overpowered and high levels, and we're already kind of over leveled now. So realistically, for the purposes of story, sometimes it's easier just to turn off encounters. It's less editing for me to cut out all the battles. So if you're highly against it, granted, when this video releases, I have a good bit of stuff ahead of time recorded, but I mean, if you're really dead set against it, I can turn off the no encounters. But I think just for narrative purposes, it's grand, and in terms of leveling, there's much more efficient ways to level
It's okay. I know.
than, strictly speaking, wild encounters. But we're after getting a white magic sphere. I can activate a white magic ability. So actually in the Via Purifico, there's actually I suppose, hidden puzzle you can do to get some really special items. So we are definitely going to be looking at that 100%. And the enemies here are nothing special, they're just Sangans, fans. So it is absolutely nothing too major. And yeah, the whole thing here is with these little teleport pads, and I just have to find a section of the map that has a special trigger that's going to basically move these different teleport pads around the place. And so basically when you step on something, if you're able to go to a pad that you found, it will just warp you there. But it's the case of you have to like watch it automate, and so it was going to go to the left there. There's nothing to receive you, so it won't travel. It was trying to go up to the north. There's nothing to receive you there, so you won't travel. If you catch it when you're going to the right, it'll bring you back. But yeah, so the whole thing is you can't control the direction. It's whatever direction it naturally orientates itself when you stand on it. And so behind that gate there is where all the treasures are. So there is a switch on the other side of the Via Purifico that you need to basically make your way towards. And yeah, this is basically when I decide, okay, I can just turn off the encounters, explore the area, and unlock these really cool items. And so here we have the switch in question. Just activate that. And basically on another part of the map, there's now a pedestal you can kind of step on. The magic in that pedestal has now been activated with that switch. So now it's just a case of traveling along. Just traveling along the pathway to get to the area here. Before activating that switch, that would have had no power to it. So it's just the case of stepping on that little area. And what that does is it actually moves the teleport pad. And I know I say this about like lots of things, but the music here is just beautiful. It's just so lovely and relaxing. So yeah, the trick there, or what at least I wasn't understanding, is the fact that you basically have to stand on the switch that I was at earlier, except it was going to the left, but I need to actually, step on the switch that goes when it's going up, so I can arrive at the switch, which then kind of activates it and allows you to stand on it. Before you do that, it basically doesn't, you can't stand on it at all. So I kind of go on a bit of a wild goose chase around the area, but I like to think of it as just a nice excuse to keep listening to the music. But you absolutely do not want to miss out on these cool treasures. 100% you do not. They're really, really good. Like, we're already after getting white magic spheres, black magic spheres. Like, really, really useful gear for the sphere grid. So yeah, once again, timing is everything. I just have to wait for it to be facing straight ahead. It'll warp me to that, which then activates it. And I can now go to the left there. Skill Sphere and Lucid Ring. And this Lucid Ring is actually like really useful. Silence Ward, Confuse Ward, Poison Ward, like really good protections for your healer to have. Again, gaining that Steal and Use ability for Yuna, always, you know, good to have another speedy character that can steal. So now Kamari, Riku, and Yuna can all steal in a party of 3. So really handy just to not have to cycle between turns. If you had them 3 in your frontline party, you could just steal. And they're all really quick as well, so that's really useful. And yeah, I kind of was like, oh, I should show off some more of the enemies, basically. And, you know, they're useful enemies to steal from. But again, like, even the, like, background scenario, like, the red is just so vibrant and, like, a really cool, like, ominous color, you know? Yeah, one last save for good measure, and then we're going to go and do a really cool boss fight, basically. Every little level for Yuna helps, so and as if the man himself didn't have enough HP, we're giving him more! But yeah, I left that battle in just because if you are looking to grind out levels, this little corridor will regularly spawn those enemies, and they give like 2,000 that are relatively simple to kill with Orin.
So it is you.
Why are you here?
We rode the airship to the Calm Lands, then came to Bevel. Maester Kinnock summoned us then, ordered us to deal with the traitors. You will fight us? The Temple's orders are law. Even if you are Lord Braska's flesh and blood, you're a traitor.
His guardians, I don't see them.
Maroda and Passe are not here. I will do this unhappy deed myself. Forgive me, Lady Yuna.
So a summon battle against Isaaru and not Belgamine. And I don't think, and what's interesting is this is not a friendly contest. This will be to the death. If his Aeons defeat your Aeons, you will just have to keep summoning other ones until, and if all of them happen to die,
Your Aeons against mine.
if all of them die, you will game over. The Aeon will attack Yuna. She's not able to use any of her magic, so she will be killed. So this is literally a to the death boss rush. So we're going to summon Valfor, our girl herself. Since I gave Valfor all the boosts of like different white magic spells and like the null abilities, it's all fairly trivial because Ifrit starts with a full overdrive, but we know his overdrive is a fire elemental attack, so teaching null fire or any of the null abilities makes it 0 damage. So now we have our defense boosted with protect, we have our, you know, nullfire there. We'll be grand. And being perfectly honest, even if you didn't have nullfire, shielding does so much damage reduction that we'd be grand. But look at that, already nearly half overdrive fills just from negating that damage. And as I say, you can decide to use, you know, black magic and attack its weakness, which is ice. So it's always an option. Like 2000, I could if I wanted to have focused to like boost my magic damage and then attack. But you know, we're gonna be fine. We're gonna be absolutely fine. Because if we were worried about the fire, you could have used null blaze as well, just in case he was doing a fire attack, would have nullified it. But an overdrive is going to absolutely obliterate him, so we'll be alright. And what's interesting is all of his Aeons have different names. So like when you fight Belgemune, you're fighting Valfor, you're fighting Ifrit, you're fighting Ixion, you're fighting Shiva, you're fighting Bahamut, but his Aeons are actually different names. See, he saw our winning strategy. He was like, oh, I see, Valfor is clearly the superior Aeon. I will summon her instead.
It's not over yet.
So we know then that he's been to the Sage. We know that he's been to Mushroom Rock because we've met him there. We know that he's been to well, Bavel because he's here. And so you can assume he went to Makalania as well. Well, you can assume, but he was also captured by the Albed. So he potentially mightn't have gotten Shiva as a faith. Which is just interesting. I've just kind of cut that down in terms of what Aeons he summons. And what's always handy with Ixion is that, and Ifrit as well, he has elemental attacks and in his black magic, but since he heals from elemental damage, you don't actually need to have like cure for him because you can just cast Thundara on himself and he will heal. So yeah, Valfor is not that strong of an Aeon really. Like we're ducking and dodging and weaving. I could have probably tanked the overdrive, but you know, we still got him, still killed him, still got the overkill. And here we have his Bahamut. Again, like I just love the summon animations, these are so cool. But basically, after this fight, we're gonna end the episode. But even if you won't let me pass, I will make you make me pass. But yeah, just enjoy the absolute smiting of Isaaru and his overly zealous ways. I mean, Yuna's, you know, family literally saved him from the Guado invasion of home, and yet, you know, the teachings are law in the temple. So it's pretty crazy. But we're gonna stomp him and stop him, and yeah, I am gonna just stop talking, and we can let you guys enjoy the next episode when I see you next. Thanks for watching.
Stay away.
Yuna, let's go.
There's a way to the surface up ahead.
Your pilgrimage is over.